University of Kashmir is one of the best universities in the country. This is a grade A university. It has been accredited by National Assessment and Accreditation Council for the second time as grade A university. It has a very glorious past, and then we expect that we are going to take it to dizzy heights. As you all know, that there are three these issues of three main domains of a university. The first major domain is to generate new knowledge. That is through research, innovative research, original research, creative research. And then the second is teaching. Whatever you generate, whatever new knowledge you generate, that has to be passed on to the civil society as well as to the students. And then the third important aspect is the extension part. My endeavor and the endeavor of the university administration is to give enough attention to each of these aspects. Regarding research, we are already doing reasonably good. We are using international benchmarks such as impact factors, such as citation index, such as H index for evaluation of the research that is being carried out by our faculty members and students. I must tell you that I am more than satisfied with the quality of research that is being conducted in the University of Kashmir. I must also point it out here that there are certain groups in the university which are carrying out research at par with any other group in Europe, USA. Their work is exceptionally good. They publish in world's topmost journals. They need to be provided additional support so that they reach the newer heights. And then society also needs to take cognizance of the work that is being carried out by them, and then they need to be appreciated. We are taking measures to identify these people, to provide them all the necessary support, and then all the necessary encouragement also, that's also equally required. We are basically identifying certain strengths of the university, and we are working on those strengths. And then we are also identifying certain of the concerns of the state, such as environment, such as forest degradation, such as urbanization, such as climate change. I mean, these are the issues that are of relevance to the state of Jammu and Kashmir. And it is our endeavor to create specific task forces to address each of these issues. And in this regard, we are willing to work closely with the relevant government agencies so that they basically they tell us as to what their issues are, so that the researchers work in the university and find out their solutions, and those solutions are taken back to the government agencies for their implementation. I expect, and we are getting support from both national as well as international funding agencies. We have a huge financial support from the Department of Science and Technology. We'll be adding state-of-the-art instruments to our university, and then the state of the facility would be available not only for the scholars of this university, it would be available for faculty and students of other similar institutions as well. To promote research, we have entered into several MOUs with India's leading universities. We have at this as on date a working MOU with Delhi University. We have a MOU with this Jawaharlal Nehru University. We have an MOU with CMAX. We have a MOU with similar other institutions. Recently, we had certain people coming from CMAX Calcutta to this place, and then the important thing is that they have agreed to install 7 different towers, what are called as climatic profilers. Is going to be something very important for the state. We'll be able to forecast the weather more accurately, and it would have implications for agriculture, it would have implications for tourism, it would have implications for horticulture and other allied sectors of economy. This is something which is very essential. It is coming in a big way. Memorandum has been signed. The people visited this place. They are going to install these at our off-site campuses, and we'll be looking after them. And more importantly, our scholars are going to work with scientists at CMAX. We may even take up joint research projects on various aspects of climate modeling. This is an important area which is coming up, and we expect that the students and the research scholars would take advantage of these MOUs and memoranda of understanding that we are signing with national and international organizations. Regarding teaching, we are shifting to in a phased manner to the choice-based credit system. we may start with the science faculty, wherein the student would get more than he would be willing to take. I mean, he would be at liberty to take up a course from an unrelated discipline if it suits basically his career options. This is the mandate of the UGC also, and it was considered recently in the University Council as well. And then wherein the university has taken a decision that we are going to implement it in a phased manner. To begin with, it would be in science faculty. It would basically increase the academic flexibility. The students will get to opt for a very large number of programs. It would increase their job prospects. It will increase their horizons of knowledge. And more importantly, we'll be using in a big way this information communication technology in teaching. EMMRC, as you already know, is one of the best centers that we have on the campus. It has already prepared these e-contents for botany, law, and other things, other courses. Wherever the faculty is not available, these e-contents could be very easily taken to those places for the benefit of students. And we hope and expect that they are going to prepare similar e-contents for PG programs as well. And then once we have these e-contents for PG programs as well, the shortfall of faculty at any of the places in our off-site campuses could be compensated through these lectures. We'll be augmenting our teaching through these lectures on demand. This facility is available in our EMRC. If a faculty or a department thinks that they have one of the best possible persons somewhere in the country, he could be very easily contacted without taking students to that place and incurring any expenditure. These students can get the benefit of listening to that lecture from here only. We recently had a dignitary by the name Professor Chidambaram, who is the chairman of the NKN National Knowledge Network. We hope that we are going to network with them, which would enable us to get access to the information or to the e-contents or the literature that they have basically developed at different places. Say, for example, if they have a lecture recorded at IIT, that lecture could be very easily downloaded from their site and would be utilized by our students. Regarding extension activities, this is something which is very, very essential for the university. I, for one, would feel that this is something which we will be addressing very seriously. Reason being that unless and until we do not take this institution very close to the society, till then we may not be basically serving the purpose. And then we will also expect the civil society also responding in a very positive manner. They can easily come up with their suggestions as to how we are going to improve the standards of this university. Now, to raise the standards of this university, there are certain concerns as well. We are basically undertaking, a sort of a review of our finances as well, as to how much money is available with us, how to spend it, what are the funding agencies that need to be tapped. We are developing big proposals. Say, for example, in nanotechnology, we would like to have an institute here. We are trying basically our level base to have another facility for this innovation development. There is already a GAN cell working. The grassroots workers are being contacted by it, and several of them have got awards also at the national level. We are doing a lot many things. And then at our own level, we are undertaking a sort of an introspection. Each year we publish an annual report. This annual report is not merely the compilation of figures and factors. Instead, it is a sort of a report which allows us to introspect, identify our strengths, identify our weaknesses, and then work on those weaknesses. That's what's very important. I must tell you that without any fear of contradiction, this university is a good university. It's doing good. But it can do far better than it's currently doing. But for that, it requires some support from civil society, support from financial institutions, support from government, support from industry, and other related players. We are basically in the process of, reviewing our entire curriculum wherever it is possible that we need to bring it at par with the UGC national curriculum. We'll be doing that. And then we are trying to basically link up with an international basically funding agency as well. I mean, there has been a deficit of the presence of international students on the campus. We will be actively pursuing this area as to whether we can have some amount of, say, some presence of international students working with us in the areas in which we have a lot of experience and expertise. We'll be working in this direction. We are thankful to Honorable Vice Chancellor for providing us the right kind of leadership. He is basically it is his dream to take this university to new heights, to new dizzy heights. And then under his dynamic leadership, we hope that everybody would be provided enough space for him to contribute towards the development of university. Students are welcome to give their comments. Even for that matter, Honorable Vice Chancellor is visiting every department to inquire about the difficulties that students face. He is inquiring about whether the syllabi that have been prescribed in a given semester have been completed prior to the examination, whether teachers are coming in time or not. All these issues are being addressed. Then he, since he is a scientist himself, he is fellow of all the 3 science academies, a J.C. Bose National Fellow, and then that basically helps us a lot, reason being that he is known to people in India and abroad. He has brought many scientists to this university. Recently we had for the first time the national executive meeting of the Indian National Science Academy, INSA. It happened in our university for the first time. We have almost every time top level scientists coming to our place, and then we hope and then expect that we are going to sort out our difficulties and then march ahead on the road of success. We'll be basically taking inputs from every stakeholder to develop a perspective plan for next 30 years. And then reason is that this university is expanding fast. We already have 2 off-site campuses also working, one at in Delhi, Baramulla, another one in Anantnag. The 3 more campuses are coming up. One is coming up at Kupwara, another one is at Leh, and then the 3rd one at Kargil. We have already 86 crore sanctioned by the University Grants Commission for the development of these campuses. And it is heartening to note that recently additional grant of 30 crore was sanctioned by the MHRD, Ministry of Human Resource Development, for the development of the Zukura campus. All the paperwork has been completed, and then we expect that the work would start on these campuses from March onwards. And this is also, I want to place on record that for the first time 400 odd students qualified net examination, isn't it, from our students. Earlier they used, it used to be 100 or 50. Now for the first time 400 odd students have qualified net, which means that the teaching that we basically do here in our university is of very high quality. That's it is a reflection of the quality of the teaching, quality of students. We wish that we take it to say higher levels. If we have 1,000 students appearing, all the 1,000 qualifying these national level examinations. More important is that we would expect and hope in times to come that all the members of the state, all the members of the civil society, all the members of the university fraternity participating in their own way and contributing in their own way towards the development of this institution. It is our dream to make this institution as an internationally acclaimed institution, wherein quality research is done, cutting edge research is done, and that basically is the mandate of the university. The institutions ultimately prosper by a kind of culture that they have. Recently, Bruce Alberts, who is one of the topmost scientists, who wrote in the Science editorial that it is at the end of the day the culture of research, culture of work, that basically makes an institution great. It's not necessary that the funding alone is important for making an institution great. And then this is an area which I, for one, would consider of utmost importance. For this, we appeal to all our teachers, faculty members, researchers, research scholars, to inculcate that culture of research, isn't it? And then in the process, they would not be benefiting themselves, they would be benefiting their alma mater as well. If this culture of, say, quality, innovative research is created, isn't it? This is what basically the essence of a university is. University is the best and of the freedom of expression. Even for that matter, if a student has a very bizarre startup idea, he should not shy away from basically that expressing that idea. Maybe that idea could be taken up further, and that idea could translate into something something great or something innovative. This is what basically the essence of a university is. And then I appeal that everybody, every member, every individual living in this state of Jammu and Kashmir contributes towards the development of that culture. Now, regarding accountability, that every institution, if you take any, for that matter, any institution, academic, non-academic, administrative, the accountability is the buzzword, is something very important. Without this, you can't basically go ahead. Now, we are taking measures by which we are trying to ensure that we monitor the working, isn't it? And then we identify the difficulties of people. We address those difficulties so that these people also, attain new heights, isn't it? Are able to realize their dreams, isn't it? This is something which we are doing. And then in this regard, we will be making mandatory annual performance appraisals. Maybe there is some slackness in the submission of these annual performance reports. But we recently had an informal meeting wherein we requested Director Tika to gear up so that we issue a notification, and each employee would be required to submit a report to the Director Tika, where it would be evaluated, and whatever follow-up action is to be taken would be taken. I mean, this is one of the ways that the accountability could be introduced. Second is that we are taking we are sitting with faculty, isn't it, trying to know what their difficulties are, sorting out those difficulties with them, and then at the end of the day, we would also be demanding certain things from faculty. I mean, let us look at the students. I mean, students in our hostels are demanding, say, n number of facilities. They are justified in their demands. They require, say, Wi-Fi facility. We have provided it. They require, say, good rooms that we are providing. But at the end of the day, we will also be now demanding certain things from students. I mean, they have to be exceptionally brilliant. I mean, we are ready to give you whatever you demand, whatever is justified, whatever is genuine, agreed, books, these research journals, laboratory facilities, everything. We are ready to give it to them. But in return, we would also be expecting certain things from them. Because unless and until our students do not shine, till then, the university is not going to actually grow. This is also a deficit here, that probably we are not very confident about ourselves. I mean, limited exposure is there. One way is that we could send people outside. Agree? This is being done. The other way around is that we get top-ranking scientists and top-ranking people to this place. Agree? This is also a way of doing things, and we have been getting people. We have been sending people outside, getting people here, so that these young boys and girls brush shoulders with them, isn't it? And then they get that exposure which is required. Agree? And then they take the next step. I am confident that the students, if they are given proper, I mean, if they dream big, they would be realizing their dreams. Only thing is that we need to realize that the world is very big. It is far beyond Kashmir, isn't it? The people who work in Harvard and Oxford are not no greater than us. They are also human beings. They think like us, and then probably we can think better than them. I mean, this is what basically is the take-home message, and that our students should realize that they are next to none in the world, and then they need basically to work so hard that they bring name and fame not only to themselves, they bring that name and fame to our institution as well. And then the institution is known by basically its products, isn't it? And then our products are these students. And then I must tell you that our students are, as on date, accepted by leading institutions of the country. You will find large number of our students working at IISc Bangalore. You will find almost 50% of the students who do research at JNCR, one of the national institutions at Bangalore, from Kashmir University. And if you go elsewhere also, you will find that our people are doing good. Recently, there was a selection committee in which most of the people were Kashmiris, but they had done postdocs from Germany, other places. Now, we are basically also looking at this option, that is it possible for us to create or say get in touch with the government to create a sort of a platform for these people who have done exceptionally well elsewhere to come back and serve basically our society. Isn't it? As on date, we have certain difficulties, we do not have enough positions available. Maybe we take up this matter with the government also and then requires them that this is basically what is available with us. They are willing to come back, they are willing to basically share their knowledge and expertise with us. Is it possible for government also to say come forward with some proposal by which we are able to accommodate them here? I must basically also tell you that two of our, Ramalinga Swami Fellowship is one of the prestigious fellowships of the country. It was instituted by Department of Biotechnology, Government of India. Shaida Andrabi of Biochemistry Department already has earned it. He is working with us. And another person who was working at Canada, he has basically this time got the Ramalinga Swami Fellowship. Is an all India basis competition. He has got this fellowship and he will be joining Department of Biotechnology very, very soon. Isn't it? We want to actually bring them here as people who have excelled, present them as role models before our students, and make them aware that they were as good students as you are. If they could basically do such a great thing, you also can do it. It's as simple as that. We would expect that the society, the state would come forward, isn't it? It would guide us in a very purposeful way. And then I am very, very optimistic that this university has a very bright future.
What do you think are the major priority areas of the Kashmir University at this stage which need to be given attention immediately?
There are certain issues confronting the university as on date. Some amount of fiscal discipline is required. We are at it. Non-productive expenditure has to be brought down. Significantly, it has to be brought down. And then the quality of, say, support system that we have here, quality of labs, quality of instrumentation that we have available here is to be improved, significantly improved. Reason is that certain benchmarks have to be established. This is the benchmark on the basis of which we are going to evaluate your quality of research, and there should not be, should not be any compromise on that. That is how basically we'll be going about. Then maybe we have this lack of work culture, isn't it? It's not, we do not have that work culture because there are certain basically difficulties also vis-a-vis the environment that we have in the valley. This is also an issue which needs to be considered, taken note of. But notwithstanding everything, that if everything remains constant, you have bad climatic conditions, you do not have good funding, so on and so forth, then still there are people who do exceptionally good. If they can do, then anybody else also can do. It does not make any sense that there are this difficulty, administration is not good, this, so on and so forth. Because in the same university, if people like Shahid Rasul can do good work, then so can others also be doing this. It's as simple as that. But then, if at all people, there are certain perceptions in the civil society that the university is not basically conducting its business transparently, even if it is a misplaced basically issue. But this needs to be addressed. If it is a misplaced perception, certainly it needs to be addressed. There are certain perceptions of the society about us. We need to actively, take note of them, and then somehow address those, try to dispel those perceptions. And that is what basically the university is about. And fourth is that we will be trying, this would be my endeavor at least, to try to provide space to even a member of civil society who may be very remotely associated with the university. If he has some idea about the university, we could take it forward. It doesn't make any sense that we'll be working in closed doors. Civil society would be basically, say, looking at us, isn't it, complaining about things. It's not like that. Instead, we would wish that they come forward, isn't it? We provide them a platform wherein they could basically very easily come and suggest ways and means by which this university could be taken to newer heights. We would like to have a perspective plan also. Each institution, every institution world over has a perspective plan as to what it wants to do, say, 10 years from now or 20 years from now. As on date, we have a rough sketch of this perspective plan. I would appreciate that if we involve all concerned in developing that perspective plan, so that we know that what we are going to do, say, 10 years from now, and we plan also accordingly. Likewise, we need to pay attention towards these campuses. They have come up. but we do not have enough infrastructure as on date available there. Isn't it? Government also needs to take cognizance of the non-existence of the infrastructure in these campuses. Now, if at all we have basically to bring about that inclusive growth, isn't it? What is the mantra of the 12th five-year plan report? Then these campuses have to be developed. Third, another issue is that you must be knowing that 30,000, more than 30,000 applications are there for around 3,000 seats. And then I have information that 14,000 students apply for this migration certificate, which means that they are going out of state to get education, higher education. And then if they get it from good universities, good, it's always good. But if they go to, say, not so good universities, it is a cause of concern. Now, is it possible for us to increase the infrastructure to the level that we will be able to accommodate more students here, isn't it? And then I suppose these off-site campuses were created with this purpose, to attain a gross enrollment ratio of around 15. We, as on date, are able to accommodate just 7% of students who apply for our programs. Maybe the basket of programs that we are offering needs to be diversified, isn't it? This also needs to be done. Maybe in your terminology, university needs a sort of a branding as well. You need to brand this university, isn't it, with something that also could be looked at. And fourth is that this international exposure, I believe, is something which is missing as on date. Why can't we have funding from international funding agencies? And we have joint projects, isn't it? Multi-country projects running here. That would basically help us in ways more than one. It will bring in money, it will bring in expertise, and it will give basically us an opportunity to work with best in the world. And then there are, feeble attempts at individual level. People do make such type of attempts at their individual level, but at the institutional level, we are not making an attempt. And there is a lot of funding available. How many of us have, been availed this Fulbright fellowship? Very few, isn't it? Very few. It is there, but many of our teachers may not be knowing it, isn't it? They need to take advantage of it, avail this Fulbright fellowship, go to US, work there, come back, and then serve basically this university. Agreed? And then we need to basically take best possible people on the faculty. I have sat in few of the selection committees. I believe that without any doubt, the best have been taken, isn't it? And then the experts have also been told to give us the best, and then that best person has been taken. Now, once you include, once you have a very large number of talented faculty members, isn't it, in the university, they will be taking care of many of the things on their own, isn't it? At least 80% of the people, they say, in an institution have to be motivated, professionally motivated. Then alone a university can, then alone an institution can prosper, isn't it? These are some of the issues that need to be
What is your last message to all the colleagues and staff and institute staff?
The message is that we need to work to ensure that the asset that has been passed on to us in the form of this University of Kashmir is taken to very new, very dizzy heights, isn't it? And when we look back, we should feel nostalgic about our contribution towards our own alma mater. Officers, then members of non-teaching staff, also rendering invaluable services, be it the conduct of convocation, be it conduct of a meeting, be it the processing of files. They are doing a good job. Only thing is that we are now living in very changed times. We need to conduct certain programs, courses for them, so that they also know how to handle a computer, isn't it? And then we are switching over to this e-governance mode. We have to actually train this non-teaching staff to use the various programs, isn't it, of this e-governance. And this e-governance is something which we cannot avoid. It has to be taken very seriously. Certain of the aspects we have already implemented. Maybe in times to come we have this e-accounting done, e-tendering done. We have submitted papers for e-tendering. E-accounting, we had sent certain people outside to Delhi to get the necessary training, and then we are in the process of implementing this also, so that every member of society or of the institution knows precisely as to what is the funding as financial status of the university, what is the amount of money that is available for a given given activity. A teacher could very easily know whether the funding is as on date available for participation in the conferences or not. It would make things much more easier. I must confess that they are also doing a reasonably good job, but in the changing times, presumably we need to build up their capacities, isn't it? And for that we'll be conducting training courses.